sparkling good time. So we're doing a car vlog because I made a goal for August that I would put out like one video a week where I'm like talking about like a whip and chat, but like it's supposed to go up Thursday. Today's Wednesday, and I have not had time to film one yet. And so I'm like, okay, well, I mean, we're just doing this one because I feel like that is at least towards the goal, or at least the chat part of it. It's a drive-in chat, right? So I've been super busy. So my last whip and chat was when I was working on Take Care by Laura Philippone from Orloa. And all 6 of my diamond paintings that are in the August lineup are looking fantastic. Pretty excited about my progress on all 6 of them. Like, I don't feel like I'm not worried at this point about making it through my lineup, so long as everything stays at the current status quo. I don't have my seatbelt on. Hold on. I need to fix that. Like, there's one thing, I'm driving that country road. It's another thing when I'm here. Okay. So. Oh yeah, where am I at? So it's just like been a busy week of appointments for Trinity. I feel like the entire month of August is just jam-packed of appointments for Trinity. So today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, and we have to be at the hospital tomorrow morning by 6 a.m., which is about an hour away, for them to do the lung biopsy to find out what the heck is in her lung. So we're doing that tomorrow. And then there was something else happening. Oh, we just scheduled the new port placement for August 19th. We saw the pulmonologist again yesterday because he gave her like 2 weeks of a sample pack, like the pharmaceutical reps, take in those like free samples and the doctors give them to you. Well, he gave her a 2-week sample of something called like Sunosi or something like that, which treats narcolepsy, because he wanted to see how she responded to it. And let me tell you, it has been a game changer for her. Typically, she would sleep 18 hours a day, roughly, easily. If I wasn't like prompting her to get up and do stuff, she could sleep 18 hours a day, maybe more. The sleep cycle was completely irregular. It was just bad. And if she exerted herself, we pretty much lost her the next day. Well, she took those meds, and within a week, she had a normal sleep pattern. Well, okay, more normal sleep pattern. So she's like sleeping 12 to 13, 14 hours a day now. So like she'll go to bed at like 9, 10, 11, somewhere there, and she's up on her own by 10 o'clock the next morning. I can't tell you the last time she got up at that time without motivation or me having to go in and be a crazy lady. She just, when you do wake her up, we called it waking up the bear, because she was just so mean. And it wasn't like she was mean because she's a mean person. She's just always exhausted. And so imagine the way I try to look at it is if I have like worked a whole week at like double shifts, and then someone's trying to get me to wake up when I'm not ready to get up, I'm not going to probably be pleasant either. I get that. 100% get it. So I'm not trying to say that it's wrong that she's a colored bear. It's just, it is what it is. But she's been pleasant in the mornings. So we went yesterday, and he said, follow up and see how they were going. And I was like, please, God, give me more. Give her all those meds. Give her all of them. And so he's like, so he had a lot of questions to ask to make sure, because we're still waiting for a location to do the narcolepsy testing. Apparently, it's been an issue. Like, not a lot of the insurance. Like, there's been like major issues with what insurance covers it where, and where he's comfortable with her having it done. I'm not exactly. That is above my pay grade. But apparently he was on the phone with someone. He said, I was actually just on the phone with him before you got here. He goes, I'm working on it. I'm like, okay, got it. We love Dr. Roth. And so we have her follow-up for the lung biopsy scheduled for, I think, September 3rd. And so there's that. That's good stuff. So, like, all that is... but, like, when I look at my planner, this is, like, my planner, like, life, like, every day in August is just, like, we have 2 doctor's visits at UCSF for Trinity on Monday. So that would be the, I think, 12th-ish. Yeah, the 12th. Because she starts her school on Monday the 12th. But it's online except for the band class, and she goes on Tuesdays. She goes and sees the spine specialist to discuss what the plan is there. It's her spine and hips are the problem right there. At 8:20, it's going to be a long day because we're going to leave the butt crack of dawn to get to San Francisco. And then she sees, we need the new rheumatologist at like 11 o'clock that afternoon, or that morning, I guess, because her last one is no longer working at UCSF. So it's like, oh, great. So this is like the new one, and we don't know anything about them. But the good news is Trinity didn't like the last one. And so me and Susan had just been talking about how we went about changing it when we got the call that the last one left. So I was like, save me some time. So hopefully Trinity will like this new one, because if Trinity does not like the doctor, she goes mute and won't speak to him. Just won't talk. And I'm just like, say something. She's like, nope, don't like it. And I mean, she's had some medical trauma that has made that happen, because if you didn't know, my daughter Trinity got sick. Well, she didn't get sick. She got a cyst on her ovary, like larger than a softball, when she was 15, 16. I think she was 15, not quite 16. So it was larger than a softball, causing torsion of her fallopian tubes. We went into Valley Children's. They basically brushed her off, sent her home, saying, nothing's wrong. I took her immediately back to her pediatrician, and her pediatrician's like, no, this isn't Trinity. I'm calling Valley Children's to take her back. And I'm like, ma'am, we just left there. And she's like, no, put her in the car, go back. And I'm like, so by the time we got back to Valley Children's, the pediatrician called, and they did the CT scan, and they found the cyst on her ovary. And we didn't know how large it was from that. It was actually, like, on the CT, they were expecting, like, I think 8 to 9 centimeters. And, but actually by the time they got her into for emergency surgery a couple hours later, it was, I think they said it was 13 or 14 centimeters. Like, huge cyst on her ovaries, right? Twisting the fallopian tubes, causing excruciating pain, you'd think. Trinity just said it hurt. Okay. And so we did the surgery, because, duh. And we thought everything was fine. She was recovering fine. Everything was going great. And then she, like, made a rapid decline after that surgery. Like, she got better for, like, a week and a half, 2 weeks. And then, like, right when she was supposed to, like, be getting back to normal, she wasn't normal anymore. And so we took her into the pediatrician, and we kept going back and forth with Valley Children's, all these different specialists, and no one could figure out what was going on. And I was talking to my supervisor at work because she just had these like crazy symptoms that didn't make sense. No one could figure out what was going on with her. Her hands were like inflamed. She had blisters on her mouth. She was in pain. Like, she said she was in worse pain after they did the surgery than she was before. And we're like, no one can figure it out. Well, so I was talking to my supervisor, and another coworker happened to overhear me. And she said, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, and I don't mean to have eavesdropped, but can I show you some pictures and you tell me if this is what you're talking about with your daughter? And I'm like, okay, fine. And so she started showing me pictures, and everything she was showing me and every symptom she was asking me about, Trinity was experiencing. Like, we could match photos of some symptoms. And she's like, this is going to sound absolutely crazy. She goes, but I think your daughter has something called Behçet syndrome, or Behçet disease, or whatever. She goes, you need a rheumatologist. And I'm like, and she's like, just go ask your pediatrician and say that someone told you they think it's this. And I'm like, okay, I've never heard of this at all, right? And so I Googled it, and when I was reading about it, I was like, this matches everything, except a couple of things she didn't have. But, like, it sounded plausible. So I went to her pediatrician, we went in, and I said, like, Michelle, I'm like, this is going to sound crazy, and I explained what happened, and she goes, doesn't she always fail the prick test on the TB test, and we have to, I go, yeah. She goes, yeah, she's having what they call a positive pathogen reaction. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. And so she explained what a pathogen test was, and we did another one, and Trinity had a positive result to the pathogen test. And so she sent her to a rheumatologist, and that's when we found out in about 3 months' time that Trinity had Behçet's. Typically, it takes 10 years from when you first start experiencing and looking for answers with Behçet's until you get a diagnosis. The average time is 10 years. She got diagnosed in 3 months because someone who I just happened to work with and didn't really even know overheard my conversation and saved us years of, like, struggle. So, yay to that. And then, so we went and, we got the right doctors, but bad things happened. Just really bad things happened. Like, they did what they call pulse steroids at Valley Children's. So she was admitted into the hospital. And now, if you're unaware, typically when you're being given steroids, like oral steroids, it's like 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60. Like, normally smaller doses of milligrams, right? The pulse steroids, what they do is basically like they try to unplug you and plug you back in with this. And they gave Trinity 1,000 milligrams or a gram. So we're talking 10 to 20 times the normal amount, if not more, a day for 3 days by IV. Worst week? No. In the top 5 worst weeks of my life. It was horrible. She did not respond well. It was awful. Like, our stay got extended, and it did not factory reset my child. Now, I've heard for other people it's a miracle thing, but for her, at 16, she was 16 at this time, bad plan. I do not recommend pulse steroids for teenagers at all, especially if they've had any anxiety or depression. I do not recommend. It was a bad week. And we're all going to wreck because this GT wouldn't. I hate people. Anyways. And so the doctors there, it was just a really bad experience for Trinity. And she didn't like her endocrinologist. Not her endocrinologist, her rheumatologist at Valley Children's at all. And then like, she was having more and more stomach problems that were just like, it was just, we couldn't figure out what was going on because it was just bad. Because Behçet's has a GI component, but it's super rare. And so I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? And like, undiagnosed GI bleeds, like, we know she's bleeding, but we can't find where she's bleeding from. The child's had more scopes down her GI tract than anyone should ever have to have. And she's only 23. And like, we have clinical proof there's bleeding, and no one can figure out where from. And so we struggled with Valley Children's for months and months. I think it was actually a couple of years. And so it's 15 to 17 because we left there before she turned 18. And I think there's a second turn lane now. Why are these people all slamming on their brakes? It was just... So we finally started transferring all of her specialists that we had at Valley Children's to UCSF Benioff, which is the peds side, because Trinity started refusing to go to her doctor's appointments if they were happening with certain providers at Valley Children's. Okay, no problem. If you are that adamant, we will switch. No problem, baby. So we switched, and we got a lot of life changed for her. But in the meantime, a year after the first cyst, she got another one on the other side. This one was only the size of a baseball, not the size of a softball, but still had to have emergency surgery. So she has no idea they're there until it's like turning her fallopian tubes around or something. Who knows? So we dealt with that, and then we had to figure out a way to stop her body from producing these like massive cysts. So they did an implant in her arm to try to regulate her hormones and all that. Fun times. And anyway, so it's like things just started like snowballing, and it was like as soon as we would figure out one thing, or they think, oh, we think we have it figured out, let's go do this test to verify. Not only would they verify the thing, they'd find another thing. And we're like, excuse me, no, we're not adding. But we added. And so, like, the current general consensus from the specialists we've been with the longest was that either the trauma of the first cyst or the trauma of the surgery was just the perfect environmental stress, whatever physiological factor, to basically flip the switch and turn on these rheumatoid problems. I don't know how you say that. Most of her issues are treated through rheumatologists. And so one thing's led to another, and it's like, so now we know she has gastroparesis. We know that she has like quite delayed stomach emptying. But does she have the normal gastroparesis where you're vomiting all the time? No, we don't. We have the one where you gain weight, or like it's never easy with her. It's like, are you serious? But we're doing the test. So like for the gastroparesis, they made her eat a breakfast that had like radioactive dyes in it, and then they like scan them when you eat it, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, like every hour after you eat, to see where's the food going, how's it moving, all that. And like they're like, yeah, no, she's got, moderate to severe delay in like that processing time. I'm like, are you serious? And which explains how they lost the camera when they made her swallow the pill camera, because it doesn't go the way it's supposed to go. The battery died before it got to where it needed to go. So even the film was no good because it never made it. So when they want to do a pill cam, they have to go in and do an endoscopy and place it down there past the part where there's a problem. Like, we've been through it, okay? And so, like, then COVID happened when she was supposed to start transferring from peds to adult. And everybody's like, oh, hell no, we're not doing that. Like, she was scheduled for her first spinal surgery because she has degenerative disc disease and some other issues. And they're like, and I'm like, how does she have degenerative disc disease? Because at the time, I think she was like, well, 2019, she would have turned 19. So she was 18, 19. I go, how? And they're like, we don't know. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So they did the surgery on her back in 2021 because we had to delay that. It was a big fiasco. And so we're still literally, she's 23, going to be 24 in November. And we're still having to move specialist by specialist from peds to adult. And we have until November of this year to have everybody moved. Or we don't have a doctor for that specialty. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been a nightmare. And she has a tendency, she don't like him, she ain't talking. She ain't talking. And, rumble strip, sorry guys. I'm on my way to see Miss Kathy, my bestie, and I hope we're going to lunch, but we might be doing some, I don't know what we're going to do. We're doing some. So I had to put real clothes on, and I'm like, don't like the real clothes, but let's go. I'm excited to see Kathy. And today is my only day that I don't have something Trinity happening. So I'm like, Kathy, if we want to see each other, we gotta go. And she's like, come on, let's do it. I'm like, okay. I haven't seen her in since June 3rd. It's August 6th, 7th. Today's August 7th. I haven't seen her since June 3rd. I'm like, this is bullshit. You're only 35 minutes away. What the hell? But if you're new here, my best friend Kathy, I have two best friends. We have Miss Kathy, who is 2 years younger than my mother, so she's going to be 69 this month. And then my best friend, and Miss Kathy is in renal failure. She's on dialysis, and so I thought that car was going to run that stop sign. I almost peed my pants. Oh, okay. And then Miss Ashley, that's my bestie, and she's 7 years younger than me. And she's currently in Hawaii with her family having the bestest time. I'm so excited for her. She just recently beat breast cancer. Hallelujah. Woo-hoo. Y'all partying about that. She beat breast cancer right about the time they said we needed lung biopsy on Trinity. I was like, are you serious? Can I just have a month where nobody is falling apart? Apparently not. So, at this point, I'm like, my entire month looks like appointments. And I'm like, if you want to do all of this, if you want to, it's not a good time. But we do Trinity has decided 100% sure she likes her new primary care provider, because it was a fight when she had to come out of peds at primary care, because we've been with Michelle for a long time, and Michelle would call me at home. I would call her, she called me when she was on vacation in another country with her husband to make sure Trinity was okay, because she got a message on her email or something that Trinity was hospitalized. We was tight. Not only that, what Michelle said is, she's like, it's so rare for someone to have a patient like Trinity, and Michelle was fairly young. She goes, the experience I'm getting from her, she goes, is immeasurable. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. Guinea pig kid, got it. but me and Michelle were really tight, and Trinity loved her, and it was great. And then when they said she had to go to the adult side, Trinity was like, no. And it took us so many doctors until we finally got to Letitia. And then Trinity loved Letitia. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, we got Letitia. Awesome. And then they did not renew Letitia's contract. And I was like, no. So they didn't renew Letitia's contract, and I didn't want to have to change everything local to move to that. I was like, fine. And then, so now she's got, I don't remember what the new doctor's first name is, Dr. Gutierrez. But it's a younger girl. Like, she's probably fresh out of medical school, I would say. But she's like, Michelle left really good notes. Letitia left good notes. She goes, I don't feel like. She goes, I feel like I'm good. And so far, everything we've gone to her about, she's like, okay, yeah. She goes, that makes sense. Or, yeah, that does make sense, but this might make better sense. And she's had really positive, been a really positive experience with her since we started with her. And I was super happy because I was like, oh, I do not want to do the search for new primary care for Trinity again. I didn't want to. I didn't want to do it. But we're good. So now, fingers crossed that she likes the new rheumatologist. Oh, please. Because that's like the head person. It's like the person in charge of everything. Well, it's supposed to be a team. It's supposed to be the GI and the rheumatologist are supposed to work together on the thing. But Trinity doesn't like her GI specialist. So there's the GI specialist has the doctor has a nurse practitioner that Trinity does like. So Trinity like interacts with the nurse practitioner, and then she goes and talks to the doctor, and then the doctor tells the nurse practitioner what we want to do, and like, but Trinity doesn't have to interact with the doctor because she's like, nope, don't like her. I'm like, oh my god, why? But she'll talk to the nurse practitioner. So Lauren, we're good with her, and Lauren handles it for me. But Nurse Benny is going to be so excited, except like Trinity's infusion for this month is the 16th, and we get the port placed the 19th. So on August, so this month, it'll be another bad day trying to get her veins all happy for that port. The IV. But in September, we should be easy peasy lemon squeezy for the infusion. I'm super excited about that. And then Trinity's best friend's boyfriend, so Jacob, bought a new car, and he didn't trade his old car in because he didn't like whatever I don't know, some reason. And so he's selling Trinity his 2006 Toyota Camry? Corolla. One of those. Corolla or Camry, I don't know, or whatever, sort of the same. And so she'll be getting that in the next couple of weeks. And we double checked with the pulmonologist yesterday because I said, Trinity, we're not agreeing to buy this until we make sure they're not going to pull your license. And he said that she does not have severe enough narcolepsy where they would pull her license. He said, he's like, I'm not worried about her being an endangered. He goes, but if mom calls and says that you're not taking your meds, he goes, or that you're more tired than you used to be, he goes, and you don't come in to get your meds changed, he goes, that could be a different story. So I'm like, all right, this man knows how to work it. So now I know she's going to take her meds because she don't want to lose her driver's license. So I was like, yeah, win there. So it looks like she's getting a new car. Well, new to her car, but stop stealing mine. I appreciate that fact. She has a, I don't remember, 1960 something Super Beetle convertible, like, and it's like a super rare car that my mom's, the man my mom was with for like after my dad died, who has just recently died last year. He gave her like, it's like super special or something, but it needs some work done, and I think it's a fuel pump or something, and we bought like 2 or 3 different fuel pumps, and there's something that just keeps not working right with the fuel pump. And so Green Bean is what she calls the convertible. It's like a, I don't know, little Volkswagen Bug, Super Sport or something, I don't know. It's the special one, and like everybody who sees it when she was driving it is like, oh my god. The guys are like, they like offer to buy it, and she's like, no, that's my baby. But we can't get it to freaking stay on the road, so it's not. It doesn't make sense for me to keep spending money on a car that I can't keep on the road for, even if it is a collector's item at this point. I'm like, she needs something that's more affordable, economical, and reliable that I'm not worried about. But like the good news is Mama might not have to drive her to school every week. That is exciting because I was not looking forward to that at all. I was not. Not even gonna lie. I was not looking forward to it. But yeah, like it's been a lot. I feel like it's been a whole lot. And I'm like, I think I just filmed my last spoken chat on Friday because it went up Saturday. And like so much has happened, but it's all like trendy medical. Oh, I did buy a new. I went on Etsy and I was looking for better ways to track my reading and stuff like that, and I purchased a couple of digital download things for like book tracking and book reviews and yada yada yada. And so I'm hoping to start implementing them into my logbook either this month or next month. They're super cute. They're super cute. Oh my God. And then I found some other digital download like Happy Planner like themed sticker sets, so I can have my weekly pages be a little prettier. I'm like, I have to try to find the balance between decorated but not overwhelming me, because what was happening before was I was decorating and having a great time, but then when I started putting in all the information I wanted to put in there, it was too much. It was just too much. Too much. And so I need to find a happy medium. And then I'm seriously considering grabbing this. There's a classic size Happy Planner on Amazon, and it's like July of this year to July of next year, and it's like really inexpensive, like $15. It's super cute. And I'm like, and I was thinking about grabbing that and just doing my progress pictures in that and see if I really want to do that, because it's a completely different layout. It's the vertical layout. I talked about it before in my logbook stuff, but we shall see. But I have now arrived at Miss Kathy's, and I am going to go play. So, I might be back, I might not. Bye-bye. Okay, I have returned. So me and Miss Kathy, we went to lunch. We went to this little Mexican restaurant. Apparently it's like one of her favorites, and her husband John hates it. She's like, you have to go with me because no one else will. I said, okay, let's go. We went and had that. We drove over to Hungry Bear and got us some cookies. Because we were just being fat girls. That's what we was doing, fat girls. And we set up that we're going to go hang out next week. Next Friday, we're going to go get our nails did. Because this is bad. I need like a real manicure. I cannot paint my own fingernails to save my life. I don't know why. Let me see if now, it is so hot outside. Like, ridiculously hot. Ridiculously hot. My car says it's 117, and I don't think it's really 117. I think that just might be. My car says 117. That's just insane, right? Drop down to 116. Okay, so I think it was like, it's supposed to be 110 today. I think it's supposed to be the high. It's too hot. It is too hot for anything. It's too hot. And now I'm on my way home. Home. I love my Kathy. I'm so excited. I can talk to her about anything. Religion, politics, money, all the subjects that normally can create like strife or arguments, and everything we talk about, we each listen to the other, and typically we have very similar views. I'll give you that. But I know anything she says is meant from her viewpoint from her life experience, and not meant to be offensive or defensive or anything like that, just how she sees it. And she listens to me the same way. So I'm never guarded with what I say to her. And like, there's very few people that can talk ugly about my kids and me not get mad. She is one of them. If she told me, oh, Trini was being a butthead, I'd be like, why was she being a butthead? What do I need to whoop her? You know, I mean, I wouldn't even question it. I would just assume Trini was being a butthead. So yeah. So I'm excited. I'm so excited that we get to go. We're gonna go have a girls' day next week. Get her nails did, maybe do a little shopping, depending on how she's feeling. And she's like all excited because normally she's been having her husband take her, and I guess he's been fussing that it takes too long. So we'll go get our nails did and have a good time. I'm trying to think. So now I'm on my way home. I'm gonna make sure I have everything ready to go for tomorrow for Trini's lung biopsy. And it's scheduled as an outpatient procedure, but she has to stay for a longer period than what's needed for the anesthesia that they're using, due to the fact that it's the lung, and they have to make sure that everything's good for her to come home. And if anything goes wrong, she'll be admitted. So we have to plan, we have to tonight plan for the chance that she could be admitted. Because if we don't, she will sure enough get admitted. If we pack, she doesn't normally get admitted. If we don't pack, she gets admitted and Mama has to make trips. So, and luckily this time it's in Fresno instead of San Francisco, but still at $5 a gallon. I think gas went down a little bit. I think it's $4 something a gallon. I don't know. I'm about to go through. Nope, I'm not on Avenue 9. I'm on Avenue 12. There is no gas station right here. The other side of the freeway. Wait, no. This is the Ranchos. Yeah. Okay. I'm going through Madera Ranchos if you're from the Central Valley. Hey. And for a second I had my road 12 and road 9. Avenue, road, where am I? Road, yeah. Nope, Avenue 12, yeah. What? I'm having a day. I'm tired. I'm very tired. And I'm very hot. And now my car says it's 110. 110. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous, I tell you. Kids are going back to school August 15th here, it says. Not bad. And I might actually get home in time to do a whip and chat. If so, that's good, because I wanted to do a whip and chat on T. Rose Sperry this week. Because the plan was to do a whip and chat each week with a different campus. So yeah, gas prices are $4.30 something to $4.79 here in the Central Valley. Yeah. Ridiculous. Too expensive. It's entirely too expensive. Yeah. $4.39. $4.37. I don't wanna. But diesel's $5 something. I saw on the sign yesterday. I about fell down. I was like, that's too much. No wonder everything is costing so much. As shipping, it's got to be costing companies a fortune. You know, when you start thinking that gas prices affect every industry on the planet, because to move those goods from point A to point B, they have to use gas and diesel, some kind of fuel to get it from point A to point B. So if the cost of fuel is increased, the cost of shipping these, receiving these goods to sell is increased. The cost of getting them to you is increased. So Can you tell me, Kathy, we're having a crazy conversation for lunch? Ah, I love it. I love it that I can talk to her about anything and everything and not feel judged. And no, I'm not judging her. She knows I'm not judging her. Just like it's like a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. I need to spend more time with her. Driving me crazy. I haven't been able to. Oh man. Suki darn. These people process the light. I feel like there's been more and more Teslas in the area lately. Like more and more and more and more. That's as far as I can go, sir. You're gonna have to wiggle past me. We gotta punch it because this guy and me are racing. We're racing off that light. I won. Now my car is saying it's 111, so now it's going back up. It's hot. It's so hot in California. Like, I just want to go home. Put my jammies on. I was listening to is it Diamonds and Doxies on her web chat, and she was talking. She's like, I don't know about the rest of you people. She goes, but as soon as I get home, she goes, I want my jammies on. I want to be comfortable. And I'm like, preach it, sister. Me too. As soon as I get home, I want my bra off. I want my jammies on. My hair up. My earrings out. I want to be comfortable. And does anybody know where Joan Diamond Paints went? Like, I keep going and checking her YouTube page, and she hasn't posted anything in like 3 months. I'm like, did I miss a memo that she was going to be like, I'm like totally nervous. I'm like, where'd she go? She was one of my favorite channels to watch, and she always had so much content to watch, and she cracked me up. I love her. And she's not there, and I'm like, well, where is she? Bring her back. I mean, she might have needed to take a mental health break, you know, we all have to do our own things, but I'm like, if you know where Joan Diamond Paints is, tell me in the comments. I don't like the heat. I don't even know if I'm going to make it all the way home with my hair down. I'm going to keep looking at this hair tie on my wrist going, do you need to be on my head? Do you need to be on my head? Possibly. Very possible. Oh, it's so hot. Oh, shoot. Why are you breaking? Why are you breaking? Why are you still breaking? So I was like, oh, that's a cop. Don't do it. You dummy. Is he going to turn around and get you? Oh, you so lucky. Oh, this guy just passed in an intersection because the car in front of us was turning left. And he like passed through an intersection, and the cop was just there looking at him. I was like, oh, I thought he was going to flip around and get him. I don't know why he didn't. Maybe he's almost off work. Who knows? That was the sheriff. He let him go. But I thought, oh shit, that guy's going to flip it. I thought it was going to whirl. Like, we going to flip a bitch and have a good time. Woo! I was just going to go, woo, out of the way. I was going to get right on out of his way. And, like, the guy who did the illegal pass, like, the way he was driving, you could tell as soon as he saw him, like, he hit his brakes, and he was like, well, shit, I'm already had. And he just kept on going. I was like, oh no. You shouldn't do that. But you did get a ticket. So, it's a good day for you, sir. It's been a good day. I got to see my Kathy. It's always a good day when I see Kathy. She makes me happy. She's my bestie. One or two. I don't know if I said this, but I mowed the yard this morning. It was so hot. I got it done, and I fixed the bender board in the back with landscaping because my dogs. I'm like, it's only yay tall, and those dogs are breaking it constantly. I'm like, you can hop over that. I've seen the little one jumped 6 feet. So why can't you hop over that little board? Why you got to keep breaking this and making me have to go buy more and put it out? There's another Tesla. I'm telling you, they're everywhere lately. So now I'm just on my way home. I am ready to be home in my pajamas and to diamond paint. So ready to be diamond painting. Oh, but I gotta get things ready. Shoot. I should probably diamond paint long enough to film my whip and chat. And then, once I lose the natural light, take a break, get everything ready for tomorrow. So, like, I'm going to take one of the smaller Lego sets we have that she hasn't done, in case she's, like, aware, but stuck there, so she has something to do. And then make sure she's packed. And there's sheriff's all over the place today. To make sure she's packed with all her stuff in case something happens and she gets admitted. And then get everything laid out because we're leaving at 5 a.m. Leave it at 5. And I know that the meds have been helping. I just don't know if they've been helping that well. I don't know how this 5 o'clock wake up is going to be. She might be cranky. But, like, the plan is for her to do all her showering and stuff tonight. And then put on fresh, we call them hospital jammies. It's more like loungewear, I guess, that she wears like when she goes into the hospital, in and out. Like when she's in the hospital, it's just easier. And she's got multiple like hospital outfits. And so she'll go to bed in one of those. So all she has to do is slide on shoes in the morning, brush her hair and her teeth and that stuff, and then go hop in the car. She'll sleep all the way to Fresno. And then I just have to get her back up and get her inside. And then they'll put her to sleep. We'll go from there. I need to download some Kindle books and make sure my tablet is charged. And I need to make sure my headphones are charged. And make sure that any Audible books I want to listen to are downloaded. I might take that Rainbow Paint Gems kit. I have discovered I am not a fan so far of the Paint Gems kits. Now, no shade on them. I just, so far, for $40, I mean, that's the retailing. Of course, you're not buying it in the chip coupon or sale. At least I'm not. I just, but, oh, didn't they say that, was it Walmart? No, it wasn't Walmart, it was Michael's. I thought about trying the Michael's little mini kits from the Make Market. I've already left Fresno. There's not Michael's in Madera. Didn't they say there were diamond painting kits at Dollar Tree? Didn't I just watch a video the other day? And it was someone's channel that I'd never seen before. And I'm like, I need to add her. I think I might have subscribed. I don't know. Huh. Should I go look? I'm like, even if they're not great, if they're $1.25, maybe I'll go look. And then, depending on how long they tell me tomorrow, should have gone to Joann's and Michael's while I was in Fresno. That was dumb. That was dumb. I regret my decision. I got so hot walking from Kathy's house to my car that I was just like, I want to go home. That's it. I want to go home. And it couldn't have been more than 30 feet. You know what I mean? 30, 40 feet. But I was over it. But I did need to get the dogs their mini tacos. Their favorite stupid treat in the world are these cheap little dog treats. I don't even know what it is. It's the blue bag and they're the mini tacos. And like, I can only ever find them at certain, like, some Dollar Trees, but like, even though they carry the brand at Walmart, they don't carry the mini taco style. But Points won't eat anything but the mini taco. You give her the chicken nuggets or the steak bites, and she spits it out. She wants her tacos. These are California dogs. They want tacos. So, pedestrians are not supposed to be on the highway, sir. It's dangerous, and as hot as it is, we get heat stroke and fall down. It's real bad. It's real bad. What else have they put over in this shopping center? I know there's a Ross, there's a Marshalls. I want to check out the Dollar Tree. We're just gonna check. Just go look. Just take a peek-see. Oh, I have the Macarena song stuck in my freaking head because I was watching like the West Coast Swing dance videos on YouTube, like little shorts, because I think they're fun. And I tell you, if I ever, which is probably unlikely, decide that I'm willing to date, I want to go to dance classes. I want to go do some of that. I mean, not that fancy. I'm sure I would never be that good. But I want to go do stuff like that. That would get me out of the house. My mama sent me a meme this morning. And it's like getting to the point where I just want to stay at home or something. Because every time I leave the house, it costs $300. I'm like, ain't that the truth? Seriously. You leave your house and you're going to spend some money no matter what. Gas is expensive. The food is expensive. The activity is expensive. Hatfield Hall. The fairgrounds is behind me. Because you're wondering why I said Hatfield Hall. It was the hall directly across from the Floriculture building. And my grandmother was the superintendent of the Floriculture building at Madeira, Chowchilla, and Merced Fairs. And I worked for her for a long time when I was a teenager. So I spent my summers at the fairgrounds in flowers. And my house is where flowers go to die. They come to my house to go bye-bye. Alright, I made it to the Dollar Tree. Let's see if I can find anything. A lady did, so we'll see. Okay, so no, they did not have the diamond paintings here at my Dollar Tree, but they did have the paint by numbers and embroidery and like felt quilting, felt punching, felt something. I don't remember, but they did have Madogi's treats. So we got Madogi's treats. Because, to be honest, that was the main purpose. Because I'm on my last bag of mini tacos, but I bought 10 more. So, I got pointers. Not be sad. For a full you can't just sit there and like creep. You gotta go or not go. You got shit to do. Not really, but I can sit there and watch you not decide if you're going or not. Yeah, my hair went up. I was done. I was over it. Don't let me be cute for so long. I wonder if they have them at Walmart. Do I really want to go into Walmart? No. But am I going to do it? Yes. Yes. I wonder if I can check the app from the car. See if there's any hints. Is it bad? Is it bad? I'm like... Well, then, yeah, because at least it would tell me where they would be located if they were in there, too, right? Yeah. And if they don't have any, I don't have to go in there and spend money I don't want to spend. I want to buy that damn one from Rose Prophet Creations, the Cherished Friendship by Stacey Gill from Rose Prophet. I really want that one. I do a lot. I do. I just don't know how long it's going to take to like get it because it's coming from Australia, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's drop ship. Maybe I'll check that out. Like there was a few Diamond clothes that were like saying hello to me the other day, but I'm trying not to buy from Diamond Art Club right now. Because the majority, what the hell is that? The majority of my, they've got me all messed up here. The majority of my kids are from Diamond Art Club. They have like a big old chunk of the parking lot at Walmart blocked off. It says we're improving how you Walmart. I don't know what that means. Okay, so shit. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this off real quick, and I'm gonna double check and see if it says I can even pick any up here. And if I can't, I'm not going in. Okay. I'm back in the car after Walmart. Yeah. My little exploring just cost me money. But they had like neon like notebooks. And I thought Trinity would like, so I got a couple of those. But look what I found. I found a little cow. It's Diamond Dots called Garland Cow. At my Walmart, it was $9.88. It's 26 colors. And tell me the design size on this one is a 10 by 10 inch or 25 by 25 centimeter. And there was more than this, and I have left. And shitter, but I got two. And then I got this one, which is called Farmer's Market. And same price. Diamond, it's 40 colors on this one. And this one is 11 by 14 or 28 by 35. So they were both $9.88. So I said, okay. For $9.88 for Diamond Dots, I'll do it. And they're fall themed. Okay. And there were other ones, but I didn't like them. I mean, it's not like they weren't cute. It's just these were the two I preferred. I wasn't gonna buy all of them. Hell no, I just spent. I spent too much money today. Just say that. Okay, just spent too much money today. Hungry Bear cookies. Their sweet dreams are just. They're the best sugar cookies ever. But we saw a sign that said Crumble now has the minis. I'm like, I can't eat a whole Crumble cookie. Like the ones that are like $5, $4, whatever, than like this big. That if I eat a whole Crumble cookie, my blood sugar is not gonna stop bouncing and trying to kill me for like hours. It is. It is not worth $5 for me to be that sick. How's that? But now I gotta go investigate the minis because I might be able to eat a mini without screwing up my blood sugar. Maybe. I have not ate well today. I'm like, my blood sugar's probably probably big mad at me. Let's say that, because I know I have not had enough protein in my diet today to make it happy. And I can kind of feel it. I'm starting to feel a little shaky. That's why I just ate a cookie. So it's going to spike up and then it's going to yo-yo until I either take a nap or eat something that'll level it out. I hate peanut butter sandwiches. They're good, but that's like the easiest thing to eat to level out my blood sugar. I hate them. I hate them with passion. I'm excited. 2 little diamond dots. We know it's licensed artwork because it's diamond dots. We shall see. I have my 4 sunflowers that are like, so it's the same image but it's different colors. And I was thinking about doing those like October, November for my budget kids. But now maybe not. Now maybe not. Because now I have the cow and the farmer's market. Oh, I wonder if... No, summer, you're not pulling another kid into the lineup. Okay. I was thinking, I wonder if one of these kids would be fun to take tomorrow while I'm sitting there and she's having her biopsy. No, because my luck, I'll spill drills all over this car. I can see it happening. Oh, I'm going to... I see, this is my problem, is I start thinking and I forget to talk. So, I have like this internal list going on. Okay, so it's 4:15 my time. Do I have enough time when I get home to film before I lose the light? Maybe, but I do have this footage that I could use either in and of itself or in replacement of the whip and chat if I don't have enough time. So I have this footage in case I need it. I have this footage that I can even intersperse if I run out of light. We shall see. I'm just trying to get my happy ass home. I'm hot. I'm tired. I want the clothes off. And I got these really cute little Nicole Miller, like a pajama set the other day. And it's like the real pale, like beige and pinkish, or beige and another beige and brown tan, whatever. I wouldn't call it a true leopard print, but it's like a tank top and shorts. And the shorts have pockets in their pajamas. And like leopard is my signature thing. And it didn't start out that way. I had gotten a couple things I liked like back years ago when my kids were younger. And they started picking on me for the leopard print. So, to be ornery, I bought more. And then they pick on me. And so it like snowballed. So now everything's leopard because it's now just become a thing. This was supposed to be my Easter dress before I got COVID. And today's the first day of October. there. It says it's 109 outside. 4 o'clock. I'm gonna go home and get my doggies tacos. Tacos. I'm so happy. And I do not want no tacos. So we went to this restaurant in Fresno called Antonio's for lunch, right? A little Mexican restaurant. Cute, nice. There's a semi in front of me, and he has to be texting or watching a movie or something because he can't keep it in his lane. He was in my lane. He was on the shoulder. I'm like, he's a menace to society. Okay. So we went to Antonio's, which is this like little Mexican restaurant. It was cute. I'd never been there before, but it was Kathy's favorite. But like up in her little area. And she's like, John won't go with me. I'm like, okay, no problem, we'll go. And so we went. And I asked our server, how big is this nacho plate are we talking about? And she's like, oh, well, it's, and it was only like $12. And, like, it was comparable to, like, the other prices. I don't eat in these restaurants enough to remember. But they, like, have those big-ass oval plates. And it was, like, falling off the sides. It was mounded up, falling off the sides. Me and Kathy were laughing because on the one little corner I was eating on, I managed to find the plate. Like, it was entirely too much food. And she's like, do you want a box of that? I'm like, how are you going to take nachos home? I'm like, they have been... But we done. We ate. And then we got cookies. Oh, big dip. Hold on. Oh, I need to take that stuff to storage. Oh, this bedding. So in the back seat, I have, on that side, I have a box of Happy Planner stuff. And on this side, I have a boxes of, like, diamond painting boxes that don't have diamond paintings in them right now. But I don't know if I want to get rid of the boxes yet because I'm trying to figure out what in the actual hell am I supposed to do with all my completed diamond paintings? Like, do I need to keep them all? I'm not going to throw it away. My mom was saying something like, try to sell them. And I'm like, would people buy completed diamond paintings? I have no idea. So it's something to look into. So I thought, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't throw the boxes away because I might need the boxes if I'm going to sell the diamond paintings. So they need to go to storage. But it is too hot to go to storage. I'm done. I wasn't even supposed to go shopping. But I did. There's the goats. I have baby goats. I love the baby goats. These people have goats, but their goats aren't as happy. The goats in the first place, they frolic. They're fun. Frolic. And we get the cows up here. Cows. There's cows right there. Vineyards over here. Going over the slough. Last time I saw it, it was full. Is it still full? It's overgrown green. Could be water in there, could not be. Who knows? It's all like tall, like grass stuff. And we got almonds. Almond trees. Oh, it is so hot. And the phone. It's a bumpy area right there, can you tell? I cut off the freeway back roads. So it's like I was over it. I was over the freeway. I didn't feel like it was safe to pass that semi. I'm like, he was nuts. The sky doesn't look as crappy today. I need to check and see what the status of the park fire is. I think the last time I saw it, I think it might have said it was 30% contained. Our little Riley, who lives in Chico, said that it was, she got to go home Sunday. She went back home to Chico. She said that they had contained it enough that Chico was no longer threatened. So she's back up there. I told her to be wearing a mask. Don't be breathing all that nasty in. When the campfire happened, Christina, Trinity's best friend, was at Chico. And I don't even remember where her parents were. But she called me and she goes, Mom. And I'm like, I'm on my way. Just shut up, I'm on my way. And so, like, I called out and got in the car and I went and got her. Because at the time, I think it was her freshman fall semester, I think, when it happened. Like, she just moved up there. So it was in 2018, and they graduated in 2018, so it had to be her. Yeah. Her and Trinity walked together. On their graduation caps, it said, like, find your exit buddy. It was cute. We weren't allowed to decorate our stuff back in the day, and they, like, searched us to make sure we didn't have any contraband before we went there. Hello, FedEx man. What are you doing? Oh, they made it into our little area, and they're cutting down the palm. Well, they're trimming the palm trees so people don't lose windshield on their car, because those fronds fall down and it is no bueno. That is no bueno, I tell you. Why you got every car in your door open? Every car in your door, every door of your car open. Maybe they're cleaning. And we're home. So, I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. If I do end up using this, I'll have to add an ending. But as of right now, I don't want to do this anymore. Oh, shade. Ta-da! Bye.